The witch gave them a fine meal of soup and bread. As they licked their spoons and swallowed the last crust of bread, they looked around. Then what the brother and sister saw turned their hearts cold. Piles of bones in the corners, yet the two children were very tired. So tired that they tried not to think about any of this. Instead, they quickly fell asleep. Ezoic. Part 4. Locked in a cage. When he awoke the next morning, Hansel found himself locked in a cage. The witch roared to Gretel, "Your brother will stay there from now on. Every day I will fatten him up, until he is ready to make me a fine dinner." She laughed, rubbing her hands with glee. "And you?" She turned and looked sharply at Gretel. "Will do as I say?" Gretel worked hard all day doing chores for the witch. And Hansel was well fed, just as the witch said. Each morning the witch said to the boy, "Show me your finger. I will feel how plump you are getting," for the old witch could not see very well. Hansel held out his finger. The witch smiled when she felt how plump he was getting. "Gretel," Hansel whispered to his sister in fear. "What can we do? Soon I will be plump enough. Who knows? Any day now the witch will want to eat me." His sister wished she had a plan, but could not think of anything she could do. "Gretel," Hansel whispered in fear, "what can we do?" One night when the witch was sleeping, Gretel had an idea. She picked up a bone from one of the piles on the floor and woke her brother. "Hansel," she said, "the next time the witch asks to see your finger, hold out this bone to her instead." The next morning, he did just that. "HMPH," said the witch, touching the bone and thinking it was the boy's finger. "This is going to take longer than I thought." "At least we have more time," Gretel thought. But still, she could not think of any way they could escape. Each morning when the witch said, "Show me your finger," Hansel held out the thin bone. One day the witch yelled, "I will not wait another day. The boy will be my dinner tonight, no matter how skinny he is." The witch ordered Gretel to start the fire in the oven at once. Gretel worked as slowly as she could. Why was the witch looking at her with such a sly smile? "Be a dear," said the witch with a slow grin. "Go inside the oven, won't you? Tell me if it is hot enough." Gretel's heart skipped a beat. If she did that, the witch could push her inside and she would eat them both. But that gave her an idea. Gretel looked down. "I am not sure how to tell if the fire is hot enough." "Go inside the oven, won't you? Tell me if it is hot enough." "Nonsense," said the witch. "Nothing could be easier. Just go in." Said Gretel slowly. "Please show me first." "Stupid girl," snapped the witch. Mumbling and grumbling, she stepped inside the oven. The moment the witch was inside, Gretel quickly slammed the door. "Gretel," Hansel cried out, "you saved us." The sister tried to think fast. "Where is that key to your cage?" She looked and looked. At last she found it below a heavy barrel. She freed her brother from the cage. How they hugged and laughed. Then she went back to that barrel. Why was it so heavy? And that is when she found out why. The barrel was filled with precious jewels. Their pockets filled with jewels, Hansel and Gretel ran out of the witch's hut as fast as they could. Part 5. Reunited. They soon found a small path and followed it. The small path led to a wider path, and the wider path led to a road. They waited by the side of the road hoping someone would ride by. A horseman trotted up and Hansel and Gretel waved their hands. When he stopped, the children offered one of the small jewels. The horseman was happy to give them a ride home. When the brother and sister opened the door to their home, their father was wild with joy to see them. He had worried night and day since they left. They also learned that their stepmother had died. She would never trouble them again. Hansel and Gretel could once again live happily with their father in the hut in the woods. And so the three of them lived in joy for many years to come.